Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. Today we have some big news coming out of the LEC. This is an update about Treatz, who we have not heard a ton about this offseason. So it might not be particularly good news, but he did tweet out this regarding my future, and he put out a statement. He said, I do not have a starting spot as a support in the LEC for the upcoming season. Honestly, I'm heartbroken. I poured my heart and soul into my team the past few years and did everything I could, even role swap for the greater good of the team. I realize in hindsight that this stunted my growth as an individual player in the short term, but I'm not regretful because it taught me a lot of things about the game and team dynamics. I'm a team player at heart and would not hesitate to sacrifice myself if a future team required me to. Even when there was a lot of turbulence, I can proudly say I did everything in my power to try to bring my team to the highest performance possible. My first split with SK was the best individual performance I've ever had, and it's something I'm very proud of, despite that it's something that I know I can easily surpass in the correct environment and lead a team to the LEC trophy. I'm still extremely confident in my skills as a leader and player in and out of game. As LOL keeps developing, the more it becomes about fitting the correct puzzle pieces together rather than a single piece being very powerful. I value myself highly as someone who can be very moldable and add a lot to any team. League esports and off seasons can be very ruthless, and this time it didn't work out for me. I'm still extremely motivated and will be using this time off to grind, study myself and the best sports in the world, and come back with the next opportunity in full force. I appreciate all of the support I've been getting throughout this entire process. It's truly amazing to see, and I'm very grateful for you all. A big thank you to all my teammates and everyone at SK for the past 2 years. Without you, my experience would not have been as enjoyable nor filled with as much growth. This is just the beginning. You will see me around shortly. So, obviously, Treatz does not end up with a spot, and he is not retiring. He's not going to the broadcast desk or analyzing or anything like that. He's still trying to play, and I do wonder if it's just going to be a split off, if it's going to be a year off, if he's going to end up playing for an ERL team or what. But yeah, this is very, very sad to me because overall, Treatz, definitely a top 10 support in the LEC. I think probably maybe even a top 5 support in the LEC. So this doesn't make a whole lot of sense. We have a bot lane of Upset and Treatz, both not playing in the LEC. It's not good for the league. You want your players practicing and playing against the best players out there. That is what's going to make them better. That's how we're going to close the gap against the East. Treatz' story is very, very unfortunate because he should have been starting with TSM 2 years ago, from the jump. But then, yeah, he comes into SK and has an MVP level performance his first split. Then he role swaps to jungle, which again, he says he doesn't regret, but that doesn't make sense. That's not a team player move. I mean, it is saying, hey, I will role swap, but like, come on, you take your MVP player and you role swap him so your coach can play support. That's just not making a good decision for the team. Being willing to do that is maybe shows you're a team player, but actually doing it, that's not acting in the best interest of the team, and obviously it has hurt his career in the long run. Also, just staying loyal to SK and sticking with them in the long run when you are an MVP level talent playing on one of the worst teams and worst run organizations in the LEC, that's been detrimental to his career, and it's just really, really unfortunate how it's all worked out for him because at the end of the day, I do think Treatz is a very, very good player. I think he got the short end of the deal at TSM. I think he got the short end of the deal at SK, and I think he's getting the short end of the deal in the LEC now. But he is a little bit older. I don't know how old he is, like 25, 26, 27, somewhere around there. So I could get why teams would be a little bit hesitant on him. But again, I do think we are seeing more and more that the age doesn't matter as much as people want to say, especially in these leagues like the LEC and the LCS right now, where they're not even that strong overall internationally. It's not like the young players are coming up and having a ton of success and the older players just totally suck. It's like, they're all kind of mid for the most part. I do think Treatz is very, very talented. I hope he gets a shot. I don't think he's really gotten a real shot in the LEC just yet. When he, burst onto the scene as almost an MVP, he still only played on pretty terrible, pretty dog shit rosters. And if you put him on a good team, I wonder what he could do. But I don't know if we're ever going to get to see that at this point. But we will see. I hope he goes down to the ERLs. I hope he dominates, and hopefully he makes it back up soon. But yeah, pretty much it for this video today, guys. Hopefully catch you in the next one. Peace.